So, hello, my name is Donnie Davenport, and I'm going to use Oracle VirtualBox for my VM for this project. So, I'm going to start the virtual machine up just so everything is running correctly. And as you can see, it's booting up, everything's loading correctly, everything's okay. And for the one, you can see the wallpaper is all it's business professional because it's Tatos Inc. But anyway, let's go to the software manager to see the three apps I've chose. The three apps I chose is Thunderbird, Chromium, and GIMP. Thunderbird is a free. I'm pretty sure it's a free email address sender. It's more like Outlook kinda. You can make new messages to people. You can make contacts, chat with people. I personally haven't set it up an account yet because I just didn't feel the need to. But if you would want to set up an account, you would click next. You create a username, server. You can do all of that. It's a calendar here. You could set important dates, important times. You could do honestly anything in this app. It pretty much runs just like Outlook. And if you want to put a name, let's just say Bobby Jones. You could put a nickname. You can give them an email address, website address, and everything like that too. So I say this is a pretty good website for like Outlook. If pretty. It's more like a substitute because I'm using Linux Mint instead of like anything like that. And the second website I'm using is Chromium. Oh, not website, but installed app. It runs just like a regular browser. You can go to YouTube. You can search whatever you want. Sorry for a lot of background. Yeah, see, you can go on YouTube, search whatever you want. Audio works correctly too. And yeah, it pretty much runs exactly like Google Chrome. It's not really too much like that. And the third app is we're gonna use GIMP. I'm not really too fond of GIMP at all. I'm not sure how it works, but it's a generator. You can generate what's it called? You can generate photos, apps, anything you need to do with that. You can crop it, paint whatever you like. See, yeah, everything works perfectly fine on this. At least you can make the whole screen black and yeah. You can cancel. You can just start the changes. Mostly everything like that too. The software manager where you install apps also works. You can install any apps on here. I'm not pretty sure what apps they have because I'm pretty new to this OS, but any apps that you could really find is on here mostly. Blender, Krita, Prism, anything like that. It would really help you out in the long run situations. And yeah, let's see. You can log out and leave the session. You can switch to user. Everything works there. You can shut it down completely. You can change the lock screen. And pretty much everything works like that. The file explorer, software manager. Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, this is Firefox. It basically is like Chromium and Google Chrome. But me personally, I think it takes up less storage, less everything. It really is just exactly the same. Let's say if you wanted to go on Wikipedia. Oh. Let's say if you wanted to go on Wikipedia and search up anything. Like, how tall is Mount Everest? I might have spelled that wrong. Yeah, I spelled that wrong. But let's say how tall is Mount Everest? You can find it up on here. You can read all the information about it too. And then you can add plugins to on Firefox like everything else. It's pretty normal. Nothing too crazy. It pretty much is like Chrome, but it's just made by Mozilla. But and then there's also one I feel like this is cheaper than Google Chrome because this is free to set up and this is cheaper than Windows. I mean to say because Windows licensing it takes I'm pretty sure it's like $100. Let's see how much Windows licensing is. See, yeah, it's about $139, $199 for just the licensing for Windows. But let's see how much licensing for Windows Mint is for Linux Mint. See, it's no licensing cost. I think it's pretty free to use. It pretty much gets the job done and it does the same thing. Now let's talk about. Let's say if we wanted to compare Chromium to Google Chrome. Chromium is open source. Well, here's how to compare and contrast mostly. But I personally would rather use Google Chrome. But Chromium is just another free app you can use. But in some situations, people prefer Chromium more than Chrome. Some people prefer Chrome more than Chromium. It's more of just it's down to personal preference at that point. And I would say that let's go back to the App Store. Wait, I would say Thunderbird. The Thunderbird is a good replacement for Outlook because it's pretty much the same thing. It could really help you out in many situations, and who knows? One day my Outlook might just go away, and then you won't have anything else to talk and email on. And people might just move over to Chromium, move over to Thunderbird, and yeah, bam, you have a new email address and everything like that. Because essentially they're pretty much the same, but functionality wise, Outlook is better, but Thunderbird is more unseen, more sleek. In my opinion, I would rather go with Thunderbird than Outlook, but more people would rather go with Outlook than Thunderbird. So yeah. Let's see what else I have. Oh, the command prompt in the terminal also works. Like if you wanted to ping or ping an IP. See, if you wanted to it's just a random IP I put in. If you just put in a random IP, you wanted to ping that, it would work. Pretty much runs exactly like Windows. Almost no difference at all. You could change the theme of Mozilla. Oops. Yeah, you could change the theme of Mozilla pretty much. You could do a lot of things with this. Oh, I'm gonna show you that the background actually works too. So let's say you get tired and you just wanted a beautiful mountain background. And let's say you wanted this for your background. You would just pretty much save the image as, save it to your downloads. And you would just go to your files, you go to downloads, and bam, it's just there. To change the wallpaper, you just go to you just go to change desktop background. Click that, and it just instantly changes, and it's pretty beautiful, honestly. I personally like it, because the fade-in is pretty nice as well. Let's see what else. But I mean, this pretty much covers mostly all of the designs. I mean, they got the system reports, system information. Shows all of the system specs here. If that matters, all of the system specs are here. You can take a look at it for a little bit if you want to. Okay, now that you got a good look, you can look at these two as well. All right, and then you got one final one down here. Alrighty, this was the last one pretty much. You can see all your crash reports here. When anything happens, you can go to paste bin, you get anything like that. Oop, clicking on paste bin might, okay. Refroze my computer for a second. But yeah, it opens up another tab. Here's the resource slider, pretty much. Change the balance of everything, the fade, subwoofers. Pretty much the same. The network connections, if you had a wired connection, a loopback, network proxy, you could do pretty much any of that. A wired connection, yeah. Everything runs pretty smooth, pretty basic. We could check out GIMP too. I'm not really too fond with GIMP, but I'm pretty sure you could just open things here and you could edit them as much as you would want to. So say if you wanted to add text saying like hello. Yeah, say if you just wanted to add text that just said hello world. And you want it to make it black, change the color. You could do anything like that. You can also crop certain things out, like right there. I forgot how it works, like, really. But yeah, you can mess around with the settings if you like this. You gotta change the color, the saturation, to how high, how low, however you want it, pretty much. Or you could really fill. Yeah, you could pretty much do anything you could do with like Adobe or Photoshop or anything like that. It pretty much just is a substitute for any apps if you're not used to them at all. And it really helps out knowing that there's these resources out there and you can go out there and find them easily like this. Down here is the time. I'm pretty sure it's an Army time as well. You can go on the date and settings. You can change the time to whatever time you want. The network time, you can use a 24-hour clock if you want to. So some people like. And yeah, I mean, you can also display the date. You can display the seconds too, which is honestly really cool. It's more like, I feel like this is more like Windows 10 than like more like Windows 11. But some people might disagree. Some people might agree. Some people might like it, and some people might hate it. But it all depends on personal preference, in all honesty. But yeah, this is my virtual machine for Oracle VirtualBox, and it runs Linux Mint. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.